as we all have lived too many years in a culture broken by brutally powerful men. For too long, women have not been heard or believed if they dared to speak their truth to the power of those men. But their time is up. Their time is up. Their time is up. And I just hope that Reese Taylor died knowing that her truth, like the truth of so many other women who were tormented in those years, and even now tormented, goes marching on. It was somewhere in Rosa Parks' heart almost 11 years later when she made the decision to stay seated on that bus in Montgomery. And it's here with every woman who chooses to say, "Me too." And every man who chooses to listen. In my career, what I've always tried my best to do, whether on television or through film, is to say something about how men and women really behave, to say how we experience shame, how we love and how we rage, how we fail, how we retreat, persevere, and how we overcome. I've interviewed and portrayed people who've withstood some of the ugliest things life can throw at you, but the one quality all of them seem to share is an ability to maintain hope for a brighter morning, even during our darkest nights. So I want all the girls watching here and now to know that a new day is on the horizon. And when that new day finally dawns, it will be because of a lot of magnificent women, many of whom are right here in this room tonight, and some pretty phenomenal men fighting hard to make sure that they become the leaders who take us to the time when nobody ever has to say, "Me too," again. Thank you.
I want to talk about Oprah Winfrey and her acceptance speech at the Golden Globes. And the reason why I want to talk about this is because it's so ironic that someone as powerful as Oprah is schooling the general population of oppression, what oppression is, and where women stand. Because she's had such a phenomenal career. She's built a powerful empire, and she is the direct contradiction of what feminists wants us to believe, that someone like her will find it impossible to achieve great things. She has proven herself. She has proven that it is quite possible, and if she could do it, many others can. Now, I believe that Oprah is an amazing individual. She's very capable, and she is the exception to the norm. However, we will be led to believe that that is not the case, for all women. All women are equally capable, because the only thing that's holding them back is men to get past their bias and allow women to, get a chance, and a chance at power. And I can't help but just wonder, when one is listening to her kick the Marxist narrative, where we're constantly being reminded that there's a cultural war, and this Marxist idea that there is an oppressor class versus an oppressed class, that the male class, the male collective, are consciously and subconsciously holding women back. Also, we could exercise some type of control over them. Now, I can't help but start developing conspiracy theories, especially when one start thinking about the, Zionist influence within the entertainment industry and the media, the mainstream media, and the Frankfurt School, where the cultural Marxism was developed and the agenda that's being implemented on the population. And it was attempted in the past. It appears that it had failed when they attempted to get the working class to buy into this Marxist ideology. And I think that once the Russian Revolution happened and men saw the outcome, they just weren't convinced that that was going to be the utopia that was promised. And unfortunately, women have fully embraced Marxist thought, and they have become the spearhead of the leftist ideology. And it appears that it's going to get worse as we get closer to the election in 2020. Things are going to get a lot more worse. The pressure is going to get greater, even worse on men, because unless they subscribe to the idea of letting women take control. And all they want is to see a woman in the most powerful position on this planet, and that's as president of the United States of America, where it will symbolize a turning point where men finally step down and allow women to have their chance, their moment. And the direction where we will go after that, of course, we would never know, but it don't seem like it's that promising. Judging by the way they are embracing all this corporate welfare and the expansion of government and how tyrannical they could be, where they believe that their wants, their needs, their desires should be fulfilled without question. Because if you was to question them, then you are a sexist, a misogynist, the most evil thing on the face of this planet. And I'm starting to think that the cancer at this point is terminal. There's no saving the body. It's pretty much already dead. It's almost at, I hate to sound nihilistic in a sense, and or depressing, but it's almost like it's pretty much hopeless. It's the inevitable. Like, this is the direction we go in, whether we like it or not. It appears to be the case. But, being men, men don't tend to give up. Men fight to the bitter end, and that seems to be the case with us. But it only makes sense for MGTOWs to really fully embrace the idea of ghosting. You know what I'm saying? Not revealing yourself and your opposition to this direction where we're being led to believe is appropriate for everyone, for men, for women, for children, that we should fully embrace the feminist narrative, objective, and goal. So I'm starting to think that it's just best to just ghost in plain sight and don't expose yourself, because things are going to get a lot worse. And I really can't think of no other solution other than that. Anyway, I want to end my rant there and invite you guys to give any suggestions in the comment section of what you think is the best strategy from here on. You know, what tactics can we implement to protect ourselves within this hostile environment? Because if we don't practice self-preservation, we're gonna be eaten alive. We're gonna have hell to pay. Because these women, these feminists, they're going scorched earth. They want what they want, whether we like it or not, and they're gonna go for it in the worst way possible. They don't give a fuck what the outcome is gonna be. They don't give a fuck if the ship sinks and everybody drowns with it, as long as they get a chance at what they want, which is that so-called equal representation. But it's not equal representation what they want. It's not fairness what they want. I mean, it's clear once you get past the Marxist bullshit that feminists want superiority. They want to take control. They want to direct men and tell men what they must do because they feel that they know what's best. They feel that they are the goddess, the queens, and we are to serve them. We are to worship them as such. If one really looks into it, it's so obvious that this is the direction that they want to go. In the end, that is the end game. It's not about fairness. It's not about equality. That is just a facade that we're being led to believe, that we're commanded to believe and to embrace and to put our guard down so they could step in and cut their way through. Because once again, like I said before, feminism is the spearhead of leftist ideology. And if you don't see it as such, then you're a goddamn fool. A goddamn fool. Once again, man, just leave your comments at the bottom of this video. I would love to hear what suggestions you guys have. And if you made it this far in my rant, thank you.